We'll have one with our drink. The tea shop, with draped net curtains, huge flower pots each side of the door, and window boxes full of pansies, did look pretty, but to Ellen, it held a dread of what was in store for her. Tentatively sipping the hot milk, she looked around at the ladies in big hats gossiping whilst drinking their tea out of delicate china cups, all calm and proper, until a little boy suddenly began to cry loudly. The ladies turned and stared at his mother. She hurriedly stood, and with her now screaming son in her arms, fumbled in her purse. On impulse, Ellen left her seat and went up to her. "Can I hold him for you while you pay your bill?" The lady gazed down. Her eyes seemed to hold love. She put out her hand, and Ellen felt it gently stroke her hair. But then, when she spoke, her voice shocked Ellen, as it didn't go with the way she was dressed. "Ta, love, but he might be too much for you." There was something about her that Ellen felt drawn to. She looked and talked like Ruth, only she was older than her. "Ellen, sit down at once!" Ellen ignored this snapped instruction from her father and touched the child's hand. He stopped screaming and looked at her quizzically, then smiled a watery smile, making Ellen feel warm inside. Her father's hissed whisper broke the moment. "I'm doing all I can." Ellen froze as the lady whispered back. "It ain't enough, you promised. You got me into this bleeding mess, and for the second time I might add, no self-bleeding control. Shut up!" The noisy women who had started to chat again hushed. Ellen waited. She felt caught up in something she didn't understand, and yet knew was about her as much as the little boy. She looked at the lady, caught her eye, saw a look of love as she spoke. "I'm sorry, love, sorry to the heart of me, but I can do nothing about anything. He's to blame. Everything that happens to you is on his shoulders." "Matilda, please! Tilda! Why can't you call me Tilda like every bleeder else does, eh?" Ellen felt a sudden pressure on her arm. "Go outside, Ellen. Stand by the wall and don't move. I'll be out in a moment." Something about her father's voice made her obey. The door opened when she got to it. A gush of cold air seemed to cocoon her. A nanny, carrying a small suitcase, rushed past her and went inside. Ellen stood leaning on the wall, wondering what was going on, feeling even more afraid, and yet the warm feeling the lady and the little boy had given her hadn't left her. She somehow knew that in some way they were very special to her. When the nanny came out carrying the little boy and got into a cab, Ellen's curiosity got the better of her. She stepped back towards the foyer, but then stopped as voices came to her. Her father and the lady were standing outside the closed cafe door. The lady was crying. "I can't bleeding well go through this again, Albert. I can't. Me heart breaks with each one. Why don't you support me to take care of them myself, eh? Look what happened. That bleeding wife of yours put one of me kids into that orphanage. Well, I'm glad she's dead. Good riddance to her. Though it didn't take you long to get another fat cat to keep you how you like to be kept, did it? Shut up!" "Look, Matilda, I can't let you do that. You wouldn't bring them up properly. My children should—" "You what? So a bleeding orphanage where horrific stuff goes on is better than I could give me own kids with you giving me the money I need to care for them, is it? You're a bastard. I ain't never going with you again. Never." "Ha! It isn't just me, is it? You'd already put one brat into that orphanage before I met you." The lady sobbed. "I didn't. I left her with the priest. I thought they'd find her a home." "You knew full well what would happen. You're nothing but a filthy prostitute." The lady stepped out of the foyer. Tears streamed down her face. She stopped, looked longingly down at Ellen, and whispered, "I love you. Don't ever forget that," and ran off down the street. Father appeared then. His hand shook as he took hold of hers, but his voice was calm. "You must forget all you saw and heard, Ellen. It does not concern you."